Hello everyone,
Hello.
and welcome back to Dog and Partridge Plays Home Fine Craft Tales. If you haven't met him before, you won't find him tweeting about little boats or Nazis. You won't even find him presenting Match of the Day.
Well, actually, you might.
It's the world famous, doesn't even like football, Alan Partridge.
It's my brewmaster brother, Dave Partridge.
Hi, Rob.
Awesome intro. How's it going, bro?
Yes, all right, love. Yes, did you see the shocking rugby the weekend though?
But I don't know, there's nothing you can say.
No. At least Leicester won is what you can say.
Leicester won, get in there, but England, atrocious. Appalling.
Appalling.
We can only hope we'll stuff it to the Irish the weekend.
That's not going to happen.
In Ireland, after St Patrick's Day.
That's not going to happen.
No.
The only chance you've got is if all the Irish players go out on the old Jamaica the night before, get absolutely wasted, and I still don't fancy your chances.
No, I don't either. Anyway, enough of rugby. You are here because you've tuned in to watch us take some beer, didn't you?
You have indeed, sir, yes.
Shall we dive straight in, bro?
Yeah, let's start off with, this is from Amsterdam Brew Shop.
There we go.
This is one of their designer crafted brews. This is a mini mash.
Okay.
So now if you are doing basic malt extracts at the minute, this is probably in the next stage because you can do this in a saucepan. You get a little bag of grain with this, you put it into a saucepan, you keep it mashing for about half an hour at 66 degrees, you strain through a sieve into your fermenter, put your malt extract in, and away you go.
Okay, yeah, you've got all about that on the back here, what you just said, basically. So, as my brother just said, this is designer brew, mini mash, micro brewery pack Cardinals Ale.
Yes.
Whether a Cardinal or an Abbot, I think I can see the hint of what this is supposed to taste like, yeah? This stunning classic brew is always a winner. Rich mahogany in colour, full blended with great multi-subtle caramel toasty flavour, premium quality grains, perfect balance, blah-de-blah-de-blah. We'll be the judge of that.
There you go, bro.
So this, we think, is pretty much supposed to be an Abbot.
Yes, Abbotty type, brownie type, Green King.
It's got about the right sort of nose, you know.
It does, doesn't it? That browny beery smell you get from a typical English bitter of the time.
The more the swill you get, the more the malt seems to be coming through.
Yeah, they do, don't they, really?
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. Shall we taste it?
Just go straight in. Cheers. Cheers. Once again, I think my brother's objections are a bit more than mine.
That's not for me.
I've got an awful twang to it, hasn't
That's
it?
got a really awful twang to it. It's not off, it's just a really strange, I don't know, almost artificial taste, if you like. It's almost like an artificial tasting beer. It's like...
It's way too sweet.
Yeah.
It's way too sweet. It's... I know what you mean, almost metallic-y.
Yeah.
You know, if you happen to catch a taste on something metal, it's almost that sort of... Yeah, no. It's not good. Don't drink it again.
Which is a real shame, because their Guinness, they did, the same one, the designer crafted. I had hopes really for mine.
Yeah, it's...
Because their Guinness was absolutely fantastic. That's shocking.
It's not for me.
That is shocking.
It is shocking. What are you going to market?
3.
Whoa! I want... Yeah. I'm going to argue with you, really. I can't. I can't really drink it, if I'm honest. That's that one then, folks. Oh, I've put him in a bad mood now, look. Oh. Right, moving swiftly on then, people in Beerland. Right then.
Go on then.
Up next.
Up next.
Hopefully we're going to do better.
One of my favourite beers of all time next, bro.
Amsterdam's Ghost Ship, all grain kit. So, this is from Malt Miller, yeah?
Yep.
Tells you what's in it. I believe they didn't actually go to Ghost Ship or something.
They actually went to Amsterdam's Brewery in Southwold.
Yeah, oh sorry, Amsterdam, yeah, of course.
They teamed up with the guys at Southwold. They let them into a few of their secrets. And they came up with a recipe for home brewers. It's even got 3 lots of yeast in it, I think. You brew it, you dry hop it, you double yeast it as well to try and give it this enhanced taste.
Yeah, this is this brew with us series sort of thing, isn't it? Sort of thing. So yeah, tells you ingredients. Your caramel, your best pale ales, your Chinook, your Cascade, your Citra. We know there should be quite a bit of Citra in Ghost Ship, so yeah, which there is. Pilgrim, hot pellets, it's all in there. Dried yeast, right. Well, look, it's quite an expensive kit.
I think it's quite an expensive kit.
It's £48 that one.
Which is for 36 pints is getting to like almost £1, £41.50. If you get a deal in Tesco's, you're going to get a lot of the real stuff for that.
You can get them for I think £1.49 at the minute. So you know, which is almost starting to negate the homebrew ideal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's to do good quality beer, but at a really good price.
A reasonable price. A lot of the brewers have had to put their prices up because of the rising costs in gas and electricity, but also grain's gone up through the roof.
Yes, it has.
And I understand, you know, hops, grains, everything goes up, but it comes a point as where I can probably get a cheap kit from Mr. Hop Shop for 25 quid.
Everything that goes into it, I think fertiliser's gone up like by tripled or quadrupled in price. Just everything's gone up. So obviously, you know, we see it at the other end, don't we? Right then.
Now, even I put finings into this beer, it's not clear.
I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about cloudy beer these days.
I cold crashed it and I've put some finings in it and it's still not clear, which means I can only assume that the dry hopping did over cloud.
Tell you what, that's got the right nose, isn't it?
Glorious nose. Does everything it says it Ghost Ship should do, really. Citrusy, hoppy.
To me, that is Ghost Ship. It's citrusy, it's hoppy. You've got the fruit on the nose there. Shall we go in?
Shall we go in? Yeah.
What's this one? Cheers. Now that, obviously, is much better.
That's glorious.
That is glorious.
But I don't think it's Ghost Ship.
You know what? It's me brother. You can tell me brother. I'm just going to say the same thing. It's a glorious, lovely beer.
Yes.
But to me, it's not quite Citra enough. Ghost Ship to me is quite a punchy Citra beer, isn't it?
I think it's too punchy.
No, I'm getting more bitterness for me personally.
Yeah, I think the hops are slightly misbalanced. I think there's whatever hop they use for the dryness is kind of like over dry, and the hop they use for Citra is not quite Citra enough.
Yeah.
I think the hop that's used for bitterness needs to come down quite a lot.
Yes, because it is quite on the back end after you drank it. It's like, oh, it makes you want to drink another slurp, but it's really bitter.
It's really dry and really bitter. Whereas Ghost Ship isn't really that what I'll call that dry.
Should be more refreshing.
Yeah,
a little bit lighter.
So my brewmate Phil, he's done this as well.
Okay.
But he's reduced the amount of dry hops.
Okay.
Because I did say to him when I kegged this, I said I think it's slightly too hoppy.
Yeah.
So what he's done, we'll have to have a pint off him when he's got it made, is he's reduced the amount of dry hops.
Yeah, now, so this could be another one because as a beer, it's cracking.
Yes, it's cracking beer. If it was a beer that we was judging and he hadn't got a name called Ghost Ship, I would give this a 10 out of 10 all day long.
I would. But if you're trying to emulate Ghost Ship and you've bought the kit on the premise that you're going to be making Ghost Ship, that's not it. Not quite.
Quite. A lovely, smooth, rounded beer.
It's a cracking beer.
The dryness of the tongue, if it was Ghost Ship, is just that little bit too much.
Yeah.
And it kills that Citra a little bit. So, 9.2.
Yeah, 9.2.5. But yeah, it's there or thereabouts, isn't it?
What's the boys are doing?
It's there or thereabouts. It's cracking beer, bro. There's no wrong with that at all. If you walked into a pub and somebody said,
"Oh yeah," if you got on the bar,
here you go. Here's a pint of new beer. It's Ship Ghost.
Ship Ghost. Yes. Like, careful how you said that.
Ship
Ghost.
That's the one. You go, oh yeah, that's a lovely pint. I'll go back for another pint of that. Yeah.
Yes. And at £1.40, we can't complain, can we?
Not really. I mean, let's face it. You go to a pub, even in little old rural Lincolnshire, you go to any pub now, you're paying virtually £5 a pint, aren't you? Unless it's
£4 or £5.
Yeah, unless it's with the spoons or something like that, you know.
Spoons, they're getting up £3, but yeah.
So yeah, it's still worth it. Right then. So that I think that's nearly a 10 out of 10, but not far off.
10 out of 10 beer, but if it was a clone, it's not.
That's it. Now then, this one is brutal.
This one is not brutal, it's just fairly strong.
That's what I mean. The ABV on it is brutal. So we've got a Big Sky Brewery Sticky Toffee Pudding Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
This is a 9.7% beer.
It is a 9.7% beer. It comes with 8 kilos of grain. So we're just going to show you how we went about making that. As you can see, I've got the top white basket on, and yeah, we're pretty full. Actually, I've never had this much grain in this machine. I'm probably at this point thinking I should have used my other machine. I've got the grain farther S4 in the shed. Yeah, she's full than I've ever had it before. I've just started the recirculating for the mash. In there it says an hour mash, so we're going to give this an hour mashing like this. I'm going to keep my eye on it so we don't get no overflow. Obviously, I've got the cam lock fitting on here. If it does get this side, it can go down here, but also it can go out of the handle holes as well. So we shouldn't get an overflow. We shouldn't get an overflow. But here we go, in for the mash. Yeah, so I've got the grain basket out of the wort now. Boy, it was heavy. Wet, 8 kilos of grain. Lifting it up, maybe puff a little bit. I'm going to start sparging in a second. I've set the brew devil to boil, so it's starting to bring the temperature up now while I sparge. So the sparge water and the water in the machine should be around about the same temperature. So I'll get on with my sparging. I need 2 hands, so I'll be back in a moment. Right, so we've just reached boil. Lid off. I've already put my hop spider in there, and fully enough, here we have the hops labelled hop 1 in at 60, and away we go. That's starting to boil nicely. It'll get to a controlled boil in a minute. Then we'll let that go for about another 50 minutes, and then we're going to add hop 2. We're also going to take some of the water off and put it into some dates and mince some dates together. So stay tuned and we'll be back. So guys, I've got my dates here. I've got a hand blender and I've got some wort that's I've just pulled off. I'm going to put all 3 together and see what happens. I'm just going to stop the video for a minute because it could be a bit dangerous. Guys, as predicted, a chuffing mess. Yes, if you're using an hand blender, use a bigger bowl. Is my only advice there, because yeah, it's even pulsating on the hand blender, things can get messy. Yeah, so right, I'll go back to the brew. We add this later on when the brew's done, and we'll see it going in later. Here we are at 10 minutes, and what's the spoon doing in the boil, you say? Well, in a second I'm going to add this bad boy, golden syrup. This comes with it. Got to stir it in, that's why the spoon's in there. Got to keep stirring while I'm putting it in because it can stick to the bottom. I've just put the second hops in and the lactose in. So just this golden syrup to go. I'll get it stirred in and I'll be back soon. So I've got my wort chilled, my liquidised dates ready to go into the fermenter. Put them into the fermenter. Now I shall pitch my yeast. Keep it on my heat pad for a few days, and then it'll be ready for kegging. Now in the kegging stage you do put a little bit of toffee essence into the bottom of the keg and then drop that in and see what it tastes like in about February. Hopefully me and Bro, you'll see what me and Bro make of it. Okay, until then, see you. Yeah, and there you go, you see, it was like, yeah. It's fairly hard to get all the grain into the brew kit, and the dates and the sticky toffee went everywhere. And what also didn't include in the video is, because he used 2 packs of yeast, the next morning I walked down the stairs. As I came downstairs, I could smell sticky toffee pudding. Because my fermenter had just gone...
It's quite a nice smell.
It's not like Christmas. I did do it at Christmas.
Not necessarily want one in your lounge or your dining room. But
so yeah, it did actually go mental the first day. It came out, it covered the floor. Yeah.
Yes. I can see by the list of ingredients here, there's quite a bit in
there. As it's in the video, we've got a golden syrup, lactose,
tonka beans in
dates, tonka beans.
Now then, here's the thing. Very high on the ABV, £36.
£36.
£8.
The guy's actually brewday sent me as well, so it was FOC to me.
£8 cheaper than the last year. £8, £9. £10 extra. Yeah.
It comes with a great big bag of grain as well. So as the Ghost shit comes with probably just like 4.5 kilos of grain, this comes with 8 kilos of grain alone.
Sorry, £12. Yeah, £12 cheaper than the last beer. Yeah, right then, I suppose we better try it, haven't we? We've got any tasting notes on it.
And there's a little bit on the back there, bro, about where it's from in Lincolnshire and the guy set up and everything. And I can't smell the sticky toffee really stood here.
Right, we've got the brewery. Born during lockdown of 2020, Big Skies Brewing Company is Lincolnshire's newest and smallest commercial brewery.
There you go.
It's created to deliver exceptional beer by blending traditional methods with one-day equipment, blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to see if there's any taste. There's no actual specific taste notes for this beer, is there? Rich malt bill, lactose, tonka and toffee flavouring for a dessert in a glass.
For £1 a pint.
Now, if you wanted your ABV really high, so you're getting your money's worth, that's the one.
Yes. Well, you can actually drink a pint without falling over. We haven't actually tried that yet.
I'm glad you've only put a little bit in here.
I've put a third in there for you, bro. Bro hasn't tasted this, by the way.
Oh, now then. Put it in the glass is pretty much describing that.
If you was to sit in a restaurant with your eyes closed and somebody brought you a sticky toffee pudding and you put it down in front of you and you can smell it and you know it's sticky toffee pudding.
Exactly.
It's in there.
Exactly. That's it, isn't it? It's my other half, bless her. She does like a bit of sticky toffee pudding. I think if you stuck that under her nose with a blindfold, she wouldn't know.
Now, the guy at Brewday says it did need quite a bit of time to mature. So I did make this back at Christmas. Okay. I did think it'd be ready in February. I tried it in February, wasn't that great? So I've left it again. Now, middle of March. Here we go.
Yeah, well, so, anyway, the nose is exactly what it says. It's toffee, it's sticky. You can get them dates and then tonka beans in the background. Yeah. I'm going in. I'm not going to take a mouthful.
For flavour and smell, it's amazing.
On the first taste, you would not know that's a 9.7 beer.
That's dangerous beer. It's a bit sweet for me.
That's nice. I've got a slightly sweeter too for my brother. I actually really like that. I think that's cracking.
I don't know where to start. This is like liquidised sticky toffee pudding.
It is.
All the tastes are there. The dates, the sponge, the custard, and then there's a little bit of roastiness from the stout, from the grains that they've used in there.
The problem is my temperature is now just starting to rise a little bit. I think the 9.7% is just starting to warm. That's fantastic.
Actually, that's pretty amazing, to be fair.
My brother says dangerous because you could possibly just neck a pint of that without too much trouble and being in quite a big mess.
Now, I've had some strong beers at the beer festivals, haven't we?
Yes.
And 10%ers, which is this is nearly virtually
almost undrinkable, some of them, aren't they? You know,
this isn't.
That's smooth. It's silky. It's got that date toffee, lovely. Yeah. That's a big hug in a glass. That
is a big hug in a glass. I could easily drink a pint of that. Whether I'll stand up afterwards is a different matter.
Doesn't matter when you're in the D&P, does it?
No, really. I haven't got far to crawl over. It's just out that door there.
You know what? I'm going to go give it a 10 out of 10.
Do you know what? I reckon I am as well, you know.
Even though I'll probably never drink a full pint of it, I'll only have half a pint. It's a 10 out of 10 beer.
And if we was judging it at a beer festival, then probably we'd only have to have 2 mouthfuls or a third. And then make a mind upon that.
Yeah.
And if that was at a beer festival in the strong beer category,
that would win.
That's winning.
Hey, it's a cracking beer.
That's cracking beer.
Well done. I forgot to say, it's from Brewday. Guys at Brewday.
Brewday, yeah. They sent me it. Very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll see the guys at Brewday soon.
So that's
I don't know about that yet.
Oh yeah, we're going to sneak up on them. Anyway. So that's a 10 out of 10, a nil 10 out of 10, and a one that we didn't really want to bother with.
No. It's a bit of a shame that when you spend money on the beer kit and then it's shocking.
Oh, unfortunately, obviously, my brother and we test a lot of them and what have you, but yeah, if you go to if you're just starting and you've gone into that and paid your money for it, what have you, and then it comes out almost undrinkable, I'd say, to be honest.
Well, not to our liking, anyway.
Certainly not to our liking, no.
That's our opinion, because obviously we're allowed our opinion without getting shut down or taken off air.
Without the BBC getting involved.
Yeah. Or even the government. Anyway. Come on next time, bro. On the podcast.
Swiftly on. A Malt Miller smoking spaceship.
Yeah. Now that's actually a clone beer. They've teamed up, I think it was with Beaver Town.
Oh, right. Is that one of theirs?
I think that's one of theirs.
Okie dokie. Right,
If I've got that wrong, I do apologise.
Apologise. Find out next time.
Yes.
Dog and Pirate's tribute to Froglet. Froglet is another beer by the local brewery at Heckerton, 8 Sale, and my brother's tried to match it, and that's his tribute to it.
Yep.
Hampstead Homebrew Guest Ale.
Yeah.
USA Equinox IPA.
Yes.
It's a godful, isn't it?
There's another one there, little kids. I'm hoping it's better than that one, because that came from Amsterdam Homebrew. That Cardinals hat. So yeah, maybe it's better. I'm having another mouth for this.
And I shall have to end the video because he'll be on the floor.
Right then, bro.
Hang on. Anybody who wants to us on another platform, get on over to that YouTube. He's had 2 years, isn't it? And give us a big like and a big subscribe. Thank you very much for all the lovely, lovely comments.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. I think I'm just going to say.
I think he's going to go now, isn't he?
I think I'm just say. Until next time, it's a goodbye from him.
And it's a goodbye from him.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
To the king!
Hey!